doing, right?
I'm Paul Rigo, I work for the state police. This is Timothy Neal, he was the number.
Okay, you look familiar. So when did you graduate high school?
I graduated from Plymouth.
Oh, Plymouth High School? We're going to take you into another room and talk to you a little bit. Okay with that? We're going to ask you to wear a mask, because we're all going to wear them these days, right? Yep. Okay. Don't forget to have your glasses on your left here, buddy.
Try these ones.
Okay.
Do you want us to, we can try to fix them for you. See me in right now, or?
Do you want to,
Their prescription, so whenever you can get to it.
okay.
Tell me what's going to be fine without them? Is it?
Kind of.
Kind of. Like if you had to read something or sign something?
I can see fine up close.
Okay. We're going to find that other officer, Valesky, the one that said he'd try and fix them. Okay. But unless you can do it, Steve. Yeah, I know you said he had got Pete. Yeah, that's what got Pete. That work. Yeah. All right, we'll try to get him fixed.
Do you want to talk to the liaison while they're doing it?
All right, yeah. Just follow me this way, okay? Good.
Try these on.
No.
Perfect. Just got to squeeze the tape together pretty good.
So when you put them on, go ahead.
Is that better?
Yep.
Okay. So Ryan, as I said, my name is Paul Rigo. I work for the state police. Okay, this is Detective Timothy Needham from the River PD. And just so you know that we're just audio and video recording this. Okay.
All right.
So before we get started, I just want to read your Miranda rights. Okay. Do you understand what those are?
Kind of.
Okay. I'm going to read them to you just so that you know. Okay.
Okay.
So, before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. 1, you have the right to remain silent. 2, anything you say can or will be used against you in court. 3, you have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you ask you questions and to have him or her with you during questioning. 4, if you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed to you. 5, if you decide to answer your questions now, you'll still have the right to stop questioning at any time. Do you understand what I've read to you?
Right.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to check off yes, okay? And what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you sign just where it says subject signature, and then myself and Detective Neal will get to sign the other, okay? So it's Thursday, December 10th, and it's approximately 10:06 in the morning.
So that's
12, 10, 20.
Me? Probably not.
in the time.
It's 10:07 now.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Perfect. You can sign, then we'll get started on it.
BK where?
No, just do witness and all.
Those all right? If you,
Staying on.
they're not staying on.
Okay. Are they a little bit too tight? We'll get them fixed after if that's okay, if you're okay with continuing. So, Brian, can you just go with your name and date of birth real quick for me?
Your full name?
Ryan True.
Okay. How do you spell your last name?
TRUE.
Okay. And what's your date of birth? Okay. And then, do you have a cell phone number or phone number or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. What's that number?
I think it's 508-441-8877. I think it is.
Okay, that's fine. Is that a cell phone that you have?
Yeah.
Okay. And then where do you live right now? What's your home address?
3 Island Street.
Okay. And is that in here in Middleborough?
Yes.
And how long have you lived there for?
My entire life.
Okay. And how old are you right now?
I'm 21.
21. Okay. All right. And then do you have a license and things like that to drive?
Yep.
Okay. And then did you graduate high school?
Yes.
Okay. And what year did you graduate high school from?
2018.
2018?
Yep.
And where was that? Which high school did you attend?
The school was called Pilgrim Academy.
Pilgrim
It was
Academy.
in Plymouth.
Makes sense, right?
Okay. So Ryan, we're just trying to piece together everything. So if you can walk us through, did anything happen between you and your parents last night or this morning or anything like that?
Yes, I was physically harmed.
Okay.
There was a physical attempt to harm me.
Okay. And what was that? Can you describe that or what happened?
Pure anger, and I was being grabbed, just pushed around, being thrown around the room.
Okay. And who was that by?
My father.
Your father?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your father's name?
His name is David.
David? Okay. What time did this happen?
Somewhere after 5
This morning or last night?
p.m.
PM? Okay. So 5 p.m., you and your father get in a physical altercation. Okay. Can you describe, besides, like, what was the altercation between you two?
Verbal and physical.
Verbal and physical? What prompted this?
It's this quarantine. They weren't handling it well. It was driving them crazy. They weren't in their right minds. And they've been making up problems that didn't exist, and whatever stress, problems, you name it, anything that wasn't going right in their life, they would come to me and take it out on me.
Okay. So what were those stress problems in regards to the pandemic and stuff? If you can describe them, if you know what those are.
Could you say that again?
I'm just trying to, so when you said that your parents were taking out problems and stuff, what were those problems that your parents were having in regards to?
They weren't happy with being stuck at home.
Okay.
They wanted to work, and even though one of them wasn't even working, they would take up work issues they didn't have out on me.
Okay. And you said that roughly happened around 5 o'clock last night? Okay.
In the past, they've both attacked me physically.
They both attacked you physically? Okay.
Mhm.
Did you have any injuries or anything from that?
No.
Okay. Last night, when everything transpired, when you had that altercation with your father, did you receive any injuries from that?
Yes.
Okay. That's your injury to your hand?
This is the closest thing.
Okay. How did that happen?
So, I defended myself. It was self-defense against both of them. Out of fear and worried that they would try to harm me, I armed them back in self-defense to protect myself.
Okay. When you say it was in self-defense and they were harming you, what exactly?
I didn't want it to come to that point. I wanted to walk away.
Okay. So walk us through what happened.
He was drunk. Even when they're not drunk, they can't stand me.
Okay.
So while he was drunk, he lost control of his actions and started to attack me.
How do you do that?
Grabbed me, just screaming and yelling at me.
Okay.
And then I defended myself.
How did you, so the injury, and I just want to make sure so the injury to your hand is from your father, okay, of what you told us. How did you get that injury? Like, what caused that injury?
I had a pocket knife on me, and I wasn't willing to take being harmed anymore.
Okay. So is that injury from the pocket knife that
Yes.
you had in your hand?
I used it solely for self-defense.
Okay.
You alright?
Yeah.
Okay. How big is the pocket knife?
About 4 inches.
About 4 inches? Okay. Can you describe the pocket knife?
It's about this big. Has a orange skull engraving on it, like plastic.
Color's the handle?
So the orange skull is on the handle? Okay. So describe to me, so when you're writing it, it looks like you're right-handed. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed? Okay. And then from the injury, okay, was the knife in your hand when you sustained the injury?
When I was defending myself, it was a misswing, and it hit my left hand.
Okay. So, and walk me through, because I just want to understand. So, what you described before was that you had a verbal argument with your dad.
It started out as verbal, escalated into physical.
Okay. And what was he physically doing to you that then you wanted to defend yourself?
I didn't know if he was going to try and choke me by the throat, push me and throw me against the wall.
Okay. Have things like that happened before?
Close to it.
Okay. When you say close to it, though, like they've been to that point, but has he ever physically hurt you before?
No.
Okay. So there's never been a physical, it's just...
A lot of threats, harassment.
Okay.
Almost every form of harassment they've both committed against me.
What would the different forms be?
Bullying. They've tried to invade my personal privacy.
How would they do that?
My phones, my games.
You mean they were just like looking on them?
Just sneaky, like there was no reason for it. I wasn't doing anything.
Did they accuse you of doing something on your phones? Or
On that day,
on what day, yesterday?
on yesterday,
Is
I was accused of doing something bad.
What did they accuse you of?
They thought I was looking for trouble
On your phone?
on my games.
on your games? What games would you play?
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Yeah, but what kind of games?
Star Wars.
Okay. How did that playing Star Wars lead to you looking for trouble?
I didn't want to show it was on my TV screen.
But
I like that kind of thing private. It's my...
So you just didn't want him to see you playing Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. You didn't have anything else on the TV screen?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So did you shut off the TV, or did you shut off the game so your parents didn't see it, or were you trying to keep them out of the room? Like, what was...
I was trying to mind my own business and hide what was on my TV because I wasn't comfortable with them seeing it, and that escalated it.
What did you do to prevent them from seeing what was on the screen?
I pressed the power button.
Okay.
And turned off the TV.
Okay.
And they took offense to it.
Okay. So you power everything down, the TV, the console. What happens next?
Immediately after that, they kept bringing up this problem that didn't exist. It seemed like they were targeting me.
So then, is that when the verbal altercation started, at that point?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you when this verbal altercation occurs?
I'm in my room. I'm in my chair. I'm trying to...
When you say your room, your bedroom?
Yeah.
Is that on the first floor or second?
First floor.
First floor.
Okay. So besides you, who else is in the room?
It was me and him.
Okay. When you say him, is that your father, David?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what happens next? Take your time, it's no rush, okay?
After it went from verbal, it got physical when they wouldn't stop targeting me, they wouldn't stop intruding, just bothering me.
Okay.
You said they. Were they both there at this time, or was it just you and your dad right now?
It was just me and him.
Okay.
And when I began to yell I yelled back because I tried defending myself. I wasn't trying to do anything wrong.
Okay.
So what's the...
And then immediately after I yelled, that's when he immediately got up in my face and began to physically harm me.
Okay. When you got in your face and you say he was physically harming you, what was he doing to physically harm you?
Grab.
Okay.
By the arms?
By the arms, and then I couldn't tell if he was going to try to grab me by the throat.
Okay. So is he restraining you? Is it a restraining?
Like
Or
an
is
attempt to push me against the wall.
Okay. And who does that? Just so that we're clear.
It was my father who tried to push me and grab me.
Good.
Okay. And we're sorry for making you relive this stuff, but we need to get the details of what happened because we weren't there, okay?
Okay.
So that's why we're just going over things a few times and just clarifying, okay? So at that point, you know, like you said, you didn't know what your father was going to do next. What do you do in that? What's next?
Once he grabbed me, I defended myself and did bodily harm back.
Okay. When you say you defended yourself, okay, how did you defend yourself?
I didn't know what to expect. I couldn't tell what was going to happen, so to protect my life, I took his.
How'd you do that?
With the switchblade
Where was that?
in the bedroom.
Where do you keep that in the bedroom?
On a table stand next to the bed.
Bedstand, yeah. And that's where it was yesterday? That's where you grabbed it from? Okay.
In you said it was on the TV stand?
Bedstand.
The bed stand? Okay. And when you say the switchblade, is that the one that you previously described, or is it a different one?
It's the same.
Okay. And that's the one that has the orange skull on it that you described? Okay. So you reached for that, if I'm understanding this correctly, and if I'm not...
I had it in my pocket and I took it out.
Okay. Do you usually keep it, or you left it on the nightstand after everything happened?
I try not to keep it on me.
Okay.
I don't like having to resort to violence.
Okay. So when you said that you defended yourself and you took his life, how did you do that? What did you...
I stabbed him as many times as I could.
Okay.
And I tried to make it as fast as possible.
Okay. When you stabbed David, that's who we're talking about, correct? Where did you stab him?
In the neck, the head, the chest.
How were you holding the knife when you were protecting yourself?
I was holding it like this.
So where was the blade? Coming up or down? Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So, while this is happening with David, with your father, where's your mom at this point?
About an hour later, she walked in, and after I had took his life, I panicked. I didn't know what she was gonna do, and out of fear and worry that she was gonna do something too, because that's happened, they've both come at me and attacked me. With the intent to defend myself and just in case something... I didn't know if if she was gonna try to hurt me either at that point. And when she walked in, I...
Walked into where? The room where you and your dad were?
She walked in from the outside to the inside of the house.
Okay.
An hour later, after I took his life.
Okay.
And when she walked in, I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I I thought she was going to have a similar reaction he did, and out of worry and fear for my life, I didn't want any harm to come my way. I don't want any harm to come my way. I took her life too.
I want to just back up a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So, was your mom, when you had the altercation with your father, with David,
She was outside.
Okay, she wasn't home? Was she not home? Was she working? Or
She
was
was
she
in the
just...
backyard.
She was in the backyard? Okay. And was she just working around the yard?
Yeah.
Okay. And then how did your mom enter the house? Through which door?
She entered through the back side door, not the one closest to the driveway, the one to the back end.
Facing up the back end.
Yeah. When she walked in, I defended myself and took her life as well.
Okay.
I was afraid that she might have also tried to do harm.
Where were you when she walked in the house?
In the living room.
Okay.
I was in the chair, just sitting there panicking, not sure what to do, what to think at that point.
And David, your dad, was in your bedroom? Okay. And what was said when your mom came in the house?
There was no verbal arguments or anything. It was quick escalation, because what worried me and had me panicked at that point is what could have happened if she saw his body.
Okay.
And what had me more worried is she ran to the second floor and was running for a gun in the closet. I think there's guns in that closet.
When you say that closet, which closet?
The bedroom.
So
the second floor.
Parents' bedroom was on the second floor?
Yeah.
Okay. What made her run up the stairs towards her bedroom?
When she walked through the door, I was afraid what could have happened if she found the body, so I attacked her to defend myself.
How did you attack her? Just like when she walked through the door, you just...
I did bodily harm to her the same way I did to him.
Okay.
On the first floor?
And it lasted from the first floor to the second floor.
When you say you did bodily harm, the same way you did to your David, with the same knife?
So,
I took both of their lives to defend myself, to protect myself.
okay. When, and I just want to make sure I'm following this right, okay? So your mom came in. You guys didn't have any verbal argument, nothing, right?
No.
Okay. You then you're panicking prior to what transpired between you and your father. And then you, in your words, you defended yourself, and then you did the same to your mother as you did to David.
Yes.
Okay. And then your mom then was fleeing, and you followed her to the second floor?
Yes.
Okay.
if I could have, I would have stayed in my room, not left it, avoided them, and if they didn't scream and yell and attack me, they might still be here today, and none of this would have happened if they had, if they didn't target me.
And just because I want to get down to it, because we talked about what happened with your father and stuff, you indicated that you used the same knife that you used prior? Okay. And again, that's the knife that you're talking about that had the orange skull on it, they described as being 4 inches? Okay. Where did you, when you did harm to your mother, as you stated, where did you harm her?
The same places as him.
Okay, and what were those?
I stabbed her in the head, the chest, the neck.
When she was running upstairs, did you stab her at all while she was running up the stairs?
Yes.
Did you, after everything happened with your parents, did you move them at all or touch them at all after?
I slightly relocated the bodies.
Okay. Where did you relocate them from?
To a different room.
To a different room. Okay. Where was, so your father was originally in your room, where did you move him to?
The computer room.
Okay.
And it's on the first floor?
Yep, it's the room right next to it.
Okay, and your mother? Take your time, okay.
I left her body in the bedroom, in the upstairs,
Right
where she was trying to get the gun.
right, was it the closet?
Yeah.
Did you know there's a gun in there? How do you know that?
No one's home. I would look.
Okay. Fair enough.
Is it in a safe?
No.
Okay.
Out in the open. If I could have avoided all that's happened, I would. I didn't want it to come to this.
Okay. So after everything that happened with your parents, what do you do next? Because we're talking, you know, somewhere between 5 and maybe 6, 7 o'clock that all this happens. Is that a fair estimate of like the time frame of yesterday? Okay, and this would have happened on Wednesday? Okay, because today's Thursday? Okay. What do you do throughout the night? Do you stay home? Do you leave?
When I was defending myself, my glasses broke. I spent 3 hours or more looking for one of the lens.
Okay.
On these ones here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
And your glasses broke during the altercation with your dad?
with both of them.
Okay.
Do these usually have arms on them, and you just kind of rig this up?
The arms on the side were ready to fall off.
Okay. So you hooked up that elastic right there?
Yeah, I tried to get creative.
So you spent about 3 hours looking for the lens?
Yep.
Okay. What'd you do after you found the lens?
I was going to flee, and I did. I wasn't sure what to do.
Okay.
I had gathered food, water, some bed sheets, and I was gonna go try to hide somewhere, and then I decided not to.
Okay. And that was all last night? That was going through your head? Okay. Did you go to sleep at all last night?
No.
Okay. So you're
I'm running on 0 hours of sleep.
okay. And then what prompted you to leave this morning? And what time did you leave this morning, roughly?
I left the house at around 6 or 7 in the morning.
This morning? Okay.
Okay. And then you said prior that you gathered like food, water, bed sheets, and all that stuff. What did you do with those items?
I left them in the car.
Okay.
I gathered them, I prepared them, and took off with them in the vehicle.
Okay. Did you put them in the car last night or this morning?
This morning.
This morning? Okay. And then where the knife that we've talked about a couple of times with the orange blade, with the orange skull on it and stuff, where is that knife located?
I carried it on me. And not to do harm, I had it on me. I wasn't going to do anything with it. That was up until I had met up and with the people that had led me to here.
Okay. So the knife that you used was on your person?
It was on me, and it was...
Was it on you when you got in the car to leave this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was in
It was in my pocket.
your pocket. Was it in your pocket when they brought you in here?
When I had arrived to get in the police car,
Yep.
they took it off me right there.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you took off in the car, did you go anywhere?
Took a few turns and stopped somewhere and tried to sleep.
Did you?
Okay.
No.
Do you know the roads around your house? I mean, you know you live on Highland Street, but do you know the...
I know this town well.
Okay. So what road were you parked on when you tried to grab an ad?
I can't remember the name. If you... facing the entrance of the house, at the top of the driveway, if you go left and you take 3 turns, it was by that road.
So left out of the driveway, and then when you come to the stop sign, do you know what that street is?
Yes, by the stop sign. I took a right.
Okay.
And then somewhere
So you
on
were
that...
Oh, I'm sorry. You're heading towards the railroad tracks? Heading towards the center of town?
If you go from the stop sign to the right, there's it's like an intersection.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's by by there.
So you took at that intersection, what did you do, left or right?
I didn't go to the intersection, it was before the intersection.
Okay.
Or the four-way. It's the road,
Is there stop signs in all directions, do you know?
it's close to it.
Okay.
When you stopped to sleep and you're on the side of the road, did you ever get out of your car there?
Yeah.
Okay. And why did you get out of the car?
To stand around.
Did you ever throw anything away or dispose of anything over there?
No, I didn't litter.
Okay. And which vehicle are you operating? Which car are you driving?
I went into my mother's vehicle.
Okay. Do you know what type of vehicle that is?
It's a Kia SUV, it's gray.
Do you know the license plate or anything like that?
No.
Okay. How is that car registered to your mom? Okay. Okay. And then my understanding from that point is that you talked to Detective Simone Ryder, Sergeant. Okay. And then she directed you to where you met the other Middleborough police officers.
Yes.
The other things that I just want to talk about, do you have anything else on that?
I think that's good.
Okay. You had a conversation with your brother?
Yep.
Is my understanding. Do you recall what time you had that conversation with him?
Close to 8.
Okay. And then,
This morning or last night?
This morning.
This morning.
okay. Did you talk to anybody else last night?
No.
Okay.
Unless you count being around people in a video game.
Okay. So you played video games last night?
Yeah.
Okay. Last night, what games did you play?
After everything that happened, I played GTA 5 for a bit.
Okay.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep.
And I went into the game, I went into the online with the intentions to give virtual money to people before I left.
Okay.
How do you give virtual money to people?
The game has a fake currency.
Okay.
It's like make-believe.
And why would you be giving it to other people?
I tried to do an act of generosity.
Okay. Do you normally do that?
Often.
Okay.
I like helping other people on video games and anything really.
Okay. What's your player tag that you use for that?
My username?
Yeah.
Cold and Curious 571.
Okay. So COLD?
Cold has a capital letter.
Capital letter? Okay. And then do you use the and sign or you spell it out?
If you'd like, I could write it for you.
Yeah. Just write down your tag now for me, please.
Anywhere?
Yeah, just put it right here. That's fine. So you played video games last night. Did you talk to anybody or tell anybody about what happened, or were you just kind of... Okay, so you're just playing Grand Theft Auto. Okay. Any other games that you played that night?
No.
Okay. Then you said you left around 6 or 7 this morning, and then after that you had a conversation with your brother. Okay. And what's your brother's name?
Dougie.
Dougie? Okay.
Doug Hughes.
Doug Hughes? Okay. Is that, like, how are you and Doug related?
Brothers.
Brothers? Okay. And where does Doug live now? Is Doug older or younger than you?
Older,
Okay. How old is Doug?
close to 40.
Close to 40? Okay. And then, so my understanding is that you guys had a phone call, okay? And you said roughly before, what time was that?
The phone call was around 8.
8 o'clock, okay. This morning?
Yes.
Okay. And did you call Doug or did Doug call you?
He called me, and then I decided to call him back.
Okay, so you didn't answer the first?
The first two.
So he called you twice?
And then I decided to call him back.
Is that why you was sitting there, while you were trying to get some rest?
Why didn't you answer the first 2 times?
I wasn't sure how he would react. From what I know, someone or something happened outside from what I know, that when my parents didn't go to work, someone said something, and he found out, my brother found out, and then he called me and asked me about it.
Okay. So you surmised this is running through your mind before you answer the phone, is that what you're saying? Okay. So, and just to clarify, so you assume that people were going to be looking for your parents this morning because they didn't show up for work? Okay. That's a yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So run me through, so you're worried on what Doug's opinion is of you, or what he's gonna say? What's your fear now with Doug?
I was worried what he was gonna say.
Okay. And so how long is that phone call, and what you and Doug talk about?
The phone call wasn't long, it was about 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Okay.
I called him, and I told him what happened. And then I heard police sirens. And then I got a call from the person who said where to go.
Okay.
Close to the house.
The police officer
Yeah.
called you?
Yeah.
Now, when you told Doug what happened, was it the same detail that you gave us? What did you tell Doug in that 5-minute conversation?
It's the same thing. I told him what happened, my side of the story.
Okay. Alright, and then you told Doug what you used to defend yourself, as you put it? Okay. Alright. And then do you remember where the officer that you spoke to on the phone, where she told you to drive to and stuff like that, or did she give you a area to drive to?
Yes.
Okay. And can you describe that to us?
Right on it's the first left turn at the top of the driveway, it's right there. That's where I was heading,
Okay.
where she told me to go.
Okay. And were you coming from the place that you originally stopped that you said to sleep? Is that where you're coming from? Okay. And where is that in relation? Did you go past your parents' house to get there, or were you on a different street?
I went from where I was sleeping right to where she wanted me to go.
Okay. And was that, how'd you get there from your location? Did you drive down and then take a right, take a left? Like, where did you?
I made a 3-point turn and went back the way I came.
Back the way you came. Okay. So if I'm looking and I just want to get the streets right and everything else, if you're where your parents' house is and I'm physically looking at your parents' house, I'm talking about down to the right, you go to the end of the street, or if you're coming, describe it in your best.
If you're looking from the entrance of the building, it's that left.
Okay, and then you took another left at the end of the street, or you took a right when you were going?
I kept taking a left to the point where I got to the stop sign, and then I took a right, and then I slept on that road.
Okay.
In the car.
Okay. Do you have any other questions? Okay. Is there anything that you want to add that we didn't talk about?
Yes, I've had a bad history with my parents.
Okay.
Things have been always never improving, getting worse. Like, they hated me.
Mm-hmm.
It was always bad. Ever since I was 18, I've received a lot of harassment from them.
Okay. And that was the harassment that you were describing before?
Yeah.
Okay. But as you stated before, though, there's never been any physical, it's always been to the point, but it's never gotten physical?
2020 is the only year it got physical. From 2018 to 2019, it's always been verbal, extreme arguments.
Okay. All right. And then, was this the first time that it got physical?
Yep.
Okay. So there's never been a physical altercation besides what transpired yesterday? Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want for it to get physical. I wanted to go sleep on my bed like nothing happened.
Okay.
If you were defending yourself, right? What made you pack the car up to take off? What was running through your mind?
I left in the car. I was gonna go find some woods to hide in, and I changed my mind.
Okay.
All right. Sit tight, okay? We'll be right back.
I'm going to take these with me, okay?
Okay.
If I can do something with them or not. You want a cup of water or anything?
Yes, please.
I'll work on that. Here you go.
Brian, sorry to keep you waiting, okay? Two quick questions. Were you wearing the same clothing last night that you were wearing today?
Yes.
Or did you change?
I didn't change my clothes.
Okay. And what about shoes? Were you wearing shoes yesterday when everything happened? Or boots or anything?
Yesterday, I was wearing a different pair of shoes. I left the shoes that I was wearing.
So you left the shoes that you were wearing when everything happened? Yep. Or the sneaker shoes? Describe them for me.
I left the sneaker shoes at the house.
They were sneakers, or were they shoes, or boots, or...
The sneakers, I left them there. I took the boots with me when I left. And something I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
throughout 2020, they both attacked me by throwing things at me and smashing things near me,
Okay.
kicking things. I'm not trying to change the story, I just forgot to bring that up.
No, that's fine. Like, this is your time to tell us, what happened too, so. When they threw, like, did you ever call the police? Did you ever receive injuries? Like,
I didn't say a word, I took it.
Okay.
It's been like that for the entire year.
Okay. And that was that both parents? Was that mom and dad, or was that just dad?
Both would throw things.
Did you ever receive injuries after the hospital or anything for anything?
No.
Okay. Did you ever receive injuries from those?
No.
Okay. Did any of those objects ever strike you?
I got hit with a water bottle. I had a controller sucked out of my hand. And that's it.
Okay. And just the sneakers, can you describe them? Are they white, black? What color are they?
White and black.
Okay.
Make. What's the branding on them? Like Nike's, Reebok,
I don't think any brand.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. And then where did you put those in the house afterwards?
I left the sneakers by the bed.